In the second part of 5.2, we're going to work with converting polynomials to standard form, as well as talk about what the multiplicity of a zero means. So the first problem we're going to look at asks, what is a cubic polynomial function in standard form with zeros -2, 2, and 3? So to start this problem, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write this cubic function out in factored form since I'm given my zeros. So I'm going to write this out as f of x equals, if I have a 0 at -2, that means I'd put in the opposite, so x plus 2, and then x minus 2, x minus 3. If I wanted to double check this, if I plug in those numbers to their respective parentheses, terms, -2 plus 2 would give me 0, and then the rest would also give me 0. So that would be the correct function in factored form. From here, what I want to do to kind of FOIL everything out is I'm going to FOIL the last two terms, and then I'm going to distribute out similar to like when you have just a constant number in front of an equation in factored form. I'm going to save this to multiply out in the very end. So I'm going to start this equation by FOILing out these last two terms. So that's going to leave me with, leaving the x plus 2 for now, x squared minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Just to make my life easier so I'm not like multiplying out 4 terms in this last parentheses here, I'm going to combine the -3x and -2x to give me minus 5x. So I'm left with x plus 2 times the quantity x squared minus 5x plus 6. So what's left to do here is I'm going to distribute out this x to every term, and I'm going to distribute out this 2 to every term. So I should be left with 6 terms in the end here before I combine. So multiplying out the x to the x squared would leave me with x cubed minus 5x squared, and then plus 6x. And then working with the 2, I'm going to have plus 2x squared minus 10x plus 12. So now from here, my last step is to think about if I have any terms that combine here. So there's no other x cubed, so that'll stay the same. But I see that I have a -5x squared and a positive 2x squared, so I'll combine those. I also see that I have a 6x and a -10x, so I'll have to combine that as well. So my final answer is going to be f of x equals x cubed, -5x squared plus 2x squared would combine to give me -3x squared, 6x and -10x will combine to give me minus 4x, and finally there's no other constant term, so that's going to be left as 12. And that would be my final answer in standard form. I also know it's in standard form because this is going by decreasing order of degree. This next question asks, what is a quartic polynomial function in factored form with the zeros -2, -2, 2, and 3? So similar to the last problem, if I'm going to write this out in factored form, it would look something like this. F of x equals x plus 2, x plus 2 again, x minus 2 times x minus 3. So what's weird here, since I have 2 parentheses that are the exact same, x plus 2 and then x plus 2 again, that 0 occurs multiple times. So we can rewrite this equation as this. X plus 2, since it appears twice and I'm multiplying it together twice, I'm going to say f of x equals x plus 2 squared times x minus 2 times x minus 3. When this kind of situation happens, we say that that 0 has like a multiplicity of however many times it occurs. So here I would say -2 is a 0 of multiplicity 2. That just means that 0 appears twice in the equation. So a general rule, a 0 of multiplicity n means that x minus a appears n times as a factor in the polynomial function.